President Bola Tinubu and APC government make una take am easy o. APC pele o, wherever your APC. Because the way una they go APC, maybe by the end of this your regime, the whole of Nigeria go rename, they go name am Bola Tinubu Nigeria PLC or Limited. Because as it be today, so now, it is not about governance, it is about psychophancy, propaganda on steroids. So everybody where they around the president, it is a battle for who go become the sycophant in chief. Nigerians, you will not see this talk where they shout about fixing INEC and electoral reform before 2027. Nigerians, make una shine una eye. Do not let affliction to rise the second time because now our life na in dey at stake. So today for Abuja, International Conference Center, ICC, where they renovate as they renovate and by this government, Minister for FCT Wike don't change the name. They don't rename them to Bola Tinubu International Conference Center, Abuja. That International Conference Center, they built them since 1991. Oh, not be the first time where they don't renovate them. It was even renovated in 1999. They don't renovate them before. But as these ones don't come now, they don't renovate them. They don't change the name again. And not even the first time be this. In fact, within a space of just 11 months, about 5 national institutions have the name don't change to the name of the sitting president. Not be said they know they name things after former leaders, so but according to ethics and protocol, because of integrity, now mostly the next leader name it after former leaders based on your contribution to certain aspects. But today, as we did, they don't rename barracks for Asokoro to Bola Tinubu barracks, not minding the criteria for military naming of their facilities and institutions to honor the contributions of fallen heroes who contributed in the security of the country. They don't name them after president. There is Bola Tinubu Polytechnic for Gwarimpa. There is airport for Niger State where they been named after Imam Abubakar Kagara, where contribute to their own northern issues. So they don't rename them 2024. They don't change the name back to Bola Tinubu Airport. There is also a bill to establish Bola Tinubu University of Languages for Aba in Abia State. National Assembly Library, where they renovate 2025 to Abi 2024, they don't change them to Bola Tinubu Library, Abi Bola Tinubu Center. So maybe by the end of Tinubu administration, we go don't even they name our churches and parishes to Bola Tinubu Parish, Bola Tinubu Cathedral, Bola Tinubu Diocese. But in all, the question be say, is that how they go put food for the table of Nigerians? Shana by naming institutions after the leader be president, now so insecurity go end. If to say as una they name, now so government they better, coastal highway don't complete, they don't fight corruption, if or even good. But all of these names are naming after the leader. How does it translate into the betterment of the lives of the people? Now sycophancy upon sycophancy. So when another leader come himself go sit down, decide to they change the name to also fit in on this thing. APC, Nigeria day before APC and there will be Nigeria after APC. Nigerians, if una sit down, allow the consolidation of the criminality that took place in 2023 called an election, now our own life now we they put at risk. Because as it did now, the slogan for the government was even a Milokon, now my turn. Not be say anybody come to say, I want to be Prime Minister Lee Kuan Yew of Singapore, or I want to be your Nelson Mandela. Now my turn. So anything where they happen, so now my turn to rename them. I can name even your house after my name. I can name even your hotel when I say when a family name, make when I change them to the president name. It doesn't matter anymore because there is no ethics. There is no bar for governance. Before they go say they lower the bar. Now there is no bar. Nigerians, we must unite to fix governance. We must take our personal life seriously because what Nigeria is today is a huge joke. Nigeria exists so that other countries can learn how not to govern their countries. This is the textbook definition of how not to govern a country. And if you think that the people where they do now them they at risk, the joke is on you and me who are the ordinary citizens. We go continue to pay and make up for the recklessness and rudderless leadership provided by this set of people. Renaming of institutions, so make una continue. Murasi, APC, Nigeria PLC. My name is Peter for Nigeria. Epelesa. President Bola.
Alright guys, welcome to my channel guys. So the political offices and political powers has been abused for a very long time in Nigeria. And this is one thing that Nigerians needs to look upon, just like Randy said. Please, Nigerian youth needs to look upon the electoral reforms. And too many things that is happening at the same time. And this as a result, the electoral system or the political system of Nigeria is no longer working. Now listen to this news.
See this animal I'm showing here, this Omokri, this small goat. If Nigeria can be sanitized overnight, if Nigeria happens to see Nigerians come together to say, we've had enough of this madness, let's sanitize this country. The likes of Reno Omokri, the likes of Bayo Anenuga, the likes of Daniel Boala, and a whole lot of them, they are not supposed to be in anywhere near corridor of power, in anywhere near talking for the people to hear. You cannot lose your sense of reasoning to the extent because you are in APC and you want to defend Tinubu. Tinubu so far is failing. So far, after 2 years in office, has been a failure. You cannot dispute that. Now, this Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway, I have never seen project being executed and commissioned in batches. I've never seen it before until you get to this stage. And you see Reno is defending rubbish. You see, whenever I listen to Reno and I listen to the Minister of Works, David Umahi, I felt really ashamed. You see, it has become a shame to be a Nigerian because the kind of things coming from this country is something you cannot see in any other part of the country. We are opposite of normalcy. See, when you flag up a project, that is the first stage of any project, flagging up. Then during the construction, you go for an inspection tour, right? Only upon completement and ready for usage can such project be commissioned. Is that not what is normal? Is that not how it should be done? But it is only in Nigeria now, and I know that in a project of 700 kilometers, you can actually commission 30 kilometers. I don't. So in a nutshell, how many times are you guys going to commission that road? See, the people in charge now, I swear, you are all sick in the head. Without your favor, you are all sick. No normal person can do this. The project was commissioned in a hall. In a hall. If you are commissioning a road project, you should be commissioning it as they're driving through it. We didn't see anything like that. They had a party in a hall where they said they commissioned a 30-kilometer project. Then somebody went to that place. A very good Nigerian, a patriotic Nigerian, went to the site to tell Nigerians what the reality was. They could not even get 30 kilometers accumulatively. And the guy reported to the public that they don't even have 30 kilometers. So it's 17 here, about 9 the other part. And Reno, with an attempt thinking he wants to control damage, went to further embarrass himself. Before I even continue, I think you should listen to Reno in conjunction with the Minister of Works. Let's listen to them.
All right, so yesterday a gentleman did a video and he called me a liar about the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway, and he said he'd gone to kilometer 30 and there was nothing there, just a flagpole. Well, here's the thing, neither the government nor I as a private citizen said that if you drive from Ahmadu Bello Way up to kilometer 30, you're going to see something. That's not how it works. The Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway Section 1, which begins on Ahmadu Bello Way, is actually 30 kilometers completed. But the 30 kilometers starts from Ahmadu Bello Way, 20 kilometers all the way to Okuaja, and then it stops there. And from the other end, from Eleko, it goes backwards 10 kilometers. So it is the Eleko backward 10 kilometers and the 20 kilometers from Ahmadu Bello Way up to Okuaja that is 30 kilometers. Now, we've said this before, but probably the young man who did the video missed that information. Watch this video.
Is that by May 25th, 2025, there will be 30 kilometers that is ready for the president to commission in the section 1. And what is the 30 kilometer? 20 kilometers continuously from Ahmad Bello Way will be, So, and then 10 kilometers at the end of section 1, which is at Leko Junction. And why are we leaving about 17 kilometers? It's because of settlement, because the settlement of the sand by the reason of our instrument is going to take about 6 months or thereabout to properly settle because of the filling of up to 10 meters height within that section.
So you heard from the both of them. The first you saw was that of Reno Omokri, and the other one was the Minister of Works, David Umahi. From what these two people have just spoken, that of David Umahi was before the commission. He was telling the country and the world that the project will be commissioned in batches, which obviously does not make sense, does it? Now that it has happened, the world and Nigerians criticized it. Reno think he was doing the damage control, further embarrassing himself and exposing the incompetence and ignorance of the APC. Reno, you live in a civilized, you spend most of your time abroad. You've been in the US, you've been across Europe. In which other place can you tell Nigerians that you've seen project being commissioned in badges? Tell me now. The minister said 30 kilometers will be done here. The other, they jumped a place because of the filling there. They have to wait for the place to sit. And you are commissioning this? Did you have any reason to say you are commissioning a project from 700 kilometers? You even dare to say you want to commission 30 kilometers? You guys are insane. There is something wrong with your mental ability. I dare to say, you guys, see, you talk like whatever we say, they have no choice. We have no choice to do you guys anything, but you see this reaction. We will continue to let the world know that not all Nigerians are daft. Not all Nigerians are dummy. Minister of Works, David Umahi, tell us which other country of the world commissions project in batches. In batches. Tell us now. It does not happen. And Reno, a supporter of evil. If Nigeria was a sane society, the likes of Reno, the likes of Bayo and Onanuga, what they call it, Daniel Bwala, these people defending rubbish, are they supposed to even be speaking in public? They should be burying their face in shames. But because they know Nigeria is a place where whatever information you dish out, there are idiots, there are gullible people to absorb and accept it. That's why they could come on air to issue this embarrassment. This is a national embarrassment. When the international community look at it, they say, these people, they are still 3,000 years behind. We are not progressing, we are actually retrogressing. And somebody thinks this should continue in 2027. Whoever is in support of this, that this should continue, it not go better for you, regardless of who you be, it not go better for you. You go pay what is most dearly to you. All that will set so. Anything you want to do, enough of this rubbish. I know they ridicule Nigeria like this. A country dominated with intelligent people. They all these kind of people with nothing upstairs. They do all the way they like. And to the saddest part of it, people are just calm, quiet.
It's amazing when I look at Reno Omokri and I see his desperate efforts to undermine the potential of Peter Obi becoming the president of this country. Remember that immediately after Tinubu's victory, Reno swore that Obi will never be the president. Fine, nobody answered you. And he even danced some old school moves. I'm waiting to respond to that breakdance. He doesn't know that I'm an expert in breakdance. I will reply with the dance. But then let me tell you something. First and foremost, Reno Omokri doesn't know the North. I saw the permutations where he said that the reason why Peter Obi got the vote is because he got the sympathy of Christian votes. Look, if Peter Obi got the sympathy of Christian votes, Tinubu will not be president. If Peter Obi got the sympathy of Christian votes, Tinubu will not be president. Are you saying Christians did not vote for Tinubu, or Christians did not vote for Atiku? That because Muslims voted for, there were 3 Muslim candidates, Tinubu, Atiku, and Kwankwaso. So the Christians now voted for Peter Obi. What a shallow way of thinking. If Christians decided to vote for Peter Obi, Tinubu will not be president. Tinubu will not be president. And that, look, let me tell you, you are because you're an educated person, of course, you are pretending not to know what the obedient movement is all about. You're desperately trying to attach or to tie religion to the movement. There's no religion in the obedient movement. It is never about Christianity. It is never about religion. It's about a group of people that want Nigeria to change. I know it's going to be difficult for you to accept that definition, but that is exactly what it is. It's about a group of people who want Nigeria to change. It's about it's about a consciousness in the youths and a few well-meaning Nigeria who want Nigeria to change. And they look at the options available. Tinubu, Kwankwaso, Atiku, and Peter Obi. Now, Peter Obi is the only person that resonates that consciousness. That is why you see a lot of people behind Peter Obi. It's not about him being an Igbo man. It's not about him being a Christian. It's about him radiating a different persona of politicians that we have. Even though some people are trying to tie him to the same corrupt politicians, well, we've searched and searched and searched. We didn't see any corruption in him. That is why people are inclined to him. It's not about religion. Trust me, if it was about religion, Tinubu will not be president. Imagine all the Yoruba Christians and all the Middle Belt Christians and all the Christians in the far north and all the Christians in the south, south, and southeast decide to lump their vote for Peter Obi. Tinubu will not be president. So don't reduce it to mean that Peter Obi got what he got because of sympathy of Christians. It was never about so. And that Tinubu did well by appointing one chief of staff that has led to the reduction of the people in the Middle Belt that crime rate and the unaliving have reduced. Who told you? Is it because they are not reporting it? Who told you? I can tell you that the atrocious unalivings of people now is even far worse than when we had a Buhari in government. Just because they are not reporting it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Just because they are not reporting the unalivings doesn't mean it doesn't exist. There are villagers that have been taken off their land. They are in IDP camps and they are not reporting it. Look, Reno Omokri, you don't know anything. You don't know anything. So stop talking about Peter Obi, because the more you talk about him, the more you endear people to him, the more you said the Peter Obi will not get the type of support he has in 2023. Just wait. Everybody's marking his time. Everybody's waiting. When campaign resumes, you will know whether his support has died or Facebook will have the fear. You will know that his support has waned or it has gathered more. You can't imagine why a Peter Obi that has no structure, he didn't buy his votes with money. He didn't buy his election. He didn't buy INEC. He didn't have a means to bribe judiciary. You should know that his support is organic. His support is organic. Does Tinubu have the type of organic support? Does Tinubu have that type of organic support? So you could say all you want to say. The obedient is very, very strong. It's not about Peter Obi. It's not about Peter Obi. The coinage obedient is because, well, for that time. But if Peter Obi says it's not running again, the same group will still look for somebody and the name will still be obedient. So don't be, if it's envy or some sort of mischief, I don't know, but hey, go get a life.
Please be seated. Please, no, don't stand. Our chairman, distinguished senators that are here, House of Rep members, all the dignitaries, party chairs, and everybody that are here, let me very respectfully stand on all mentioned and existing protocols. Mine is a very simple one. People, I only knew about this book and the book launch just about 2 weeks ago. When Wike came to me and said, we are going to do the launching of this. I said, Wike, I told you, I don't want anybody to write anything about me until when I finish this thing. He said, this one is just to talk about the election. And he's not asking me for anything. Doesn't want me to do anything for him. All he wants is, if I can come, the day they will launch it. I said, are you sure that is the only thing? If it's the only thing, I'll come. So, I'm not part of the writing. I don't know how it's written. I don't know anything about this book except I'm seeing it like the way people are seeing it today. I thank you, Ike, for sitting down to write 200 and something pages. These days, I hardly write. Because by the time you finish doing one page, another trouble have come that what you've written is even minor. So I don't write again. So I thank you. I thank my senior Loka for intervening. He said I have time to read and write for, most times, if I want to write, I write something halfway and send to him and say, help me to correct and finish this thing. Because like I said, writing here now is difficult. But I thank all of you. And I assure you that all this hard work people are putting up will not be in vain. Hey, all of us know that we must work hard to dismantle this crime scene called the country now. Because there's no way we will be able to survive with this. It is impossible. Coming here this morning, I went for a short interview and somebody was asking me something. He said, so when will you take holiday? The holiday? The way this country is today. When will you celebrate this or celebrate that? I said, the way this country is today. And it's impossible. He gave me an example of somebody who went to do this today. I said, let me tell you. She didn't even know. I said, let me tell you. When he was sinking, some people were on upper deck, dancing. They didn't know it was going down till everybody. Because those who are dancing now don't know that the plane is sinking. When it comes, it will consume everybody. Nobody will be safe. Whether you are very rich, whether you own all the houses in Abuja, all the houses in this thing. I've been to places that have better buildings. I've been to Beirut, Afghanistan, where they have lovely buildings, and you see them all destroyed. So when people are now acquiring what they don't need, instead of sacrificing to have peace by having one or two, they think they can have 100. When it starts, you can't carry any. You'll be running with you'll be running, can I be safe? Everybody will end up being in refugee camp. Today in Nigeria, we're not at war. Nigerians are in refugee camp in their own country. Nigerians are refugees in Chad. Nigerians are refugees in Cameroon. And we are not at war. The only reason is that we don't have a government. Who cares for the people? People are being killed daily. Nobody goes to say to them, we're sorry. Nobody visits them. Nobody cares. All you get in Nigeria is that some people are rich so they can afford to celebrate. We're not going to where we're going to do celebration, close street, do this and everything. So please continue to sacrifice. That's all I can beg you. Continue to do what is possible in your only two ways to support. People are being killed every day. Nigerians are dying every day. What we are doing is to use the resources. I visited so many primary health care where there's no toilet, where there's no nothing. All we are doing is to use resources to build, renovate house, renovate the building, build the mansion, do this and everything. That's all we are doing. They make you local government chairman. They make you governor. They make you president. Vice, all you want to do is to renovate a house that doesn't need renovation. So you'll be more comfortable. At the expense of other people. It's to go and build conference center in a place where women are dying. And so you saw the reports by the latest report that the worst place to give birth is in Nigeria. People are dying every 7 minutes. Yet, we have all sophisticated building, all mansions. And that is what we want to dismantle. So that it will be good for everybody. I'm only thanking you people for your commitment, staying on, and assuring you people that if we work together, we will dismantle them. Go back to your villages and tell them that what we have today, we must gang up to remove this because it's not sustainable. It is not sustainable. People will come as usual with grammar, telling you story. Please ask about their background. Ask who they are. If they say they serve anywhere, ask them how did they do it? What did they do? So that we'll know how we can fit and fix this country and make it work. So I greet up everybody once more. It is not a day of making too much speech. I just thank those who are here, who participated in launching the book. Distinguished Senator, I thank all of you for being around. Maybe one of these days we'll continue our politics. But remember, go back and keep telling people, today we have a system that does not care for you, does not care for anybody. Anybody who tells you that the government today is caring for you, or that all those big men are caring for you, is not true. Otherwise, we have millions who are not in school. Otherwise, we don't have millions who don't know where the next meal will come from. Otherwise, we have, like you've seen in some of the things I've mentioned here, that any country, those in government that are richer than those in business, is producing poverty. Because a simple definition of money is that it's the exchange of value. So when people are corrupt and stealing money, they're not giving any value back. So they are producing poverty. So we must use our money to purchase value. That is what we are lacking now. And that is why you have People say to me, oh, you said you're going to regularize or devalue the currency or do this. I say, well, listen, in an organized manner. Because if you remove the illicit money and the criminal money around, you will be able to get the value at the right space. But because everybody is stealing, pursuing the same dollar, nobody knows the rate. If I have stolen 1 million naira and I go to buy dollar, will I think about the rate? No. Because for me, it's still part of the stealing that I have. So give me any exchange. But if I'm going to exchange value, I'll ask, if I buy dollar this, will I be able to turn it around? But we have who pursuing the dollar. So the rate is irrelevant. And that is what we want to dismantle so that it will work. They remove fuel subsidy. They say, oh, Peter, I will remove it. But I said consistently that I'll first remove the criminality in the subsidy. Because if you remove the criminality, today fuel would have between 500, 600, and dollar have no reason to be above 1,000. And from there, when you start production, it starts coming down. It's a simple thing. It has happened in Angola. It's actually happening in Ghana now. If you follow Ghana, by December, their money was 14 plus something to the dollar. Today it's about 10 something. Because they're now beginning to see a transparent government. That's how exchange is. It's confidence. But when you have illicit money, stolen money, chasing it, it will not work. And that's what we want to dismantle. So I thank all of you for being part of Ike's book. This is not me. I haven't written any book because by the time I write my own, I would have finished all this and start telling people how we go from Abuja to Kafanchan to this. Because all these people are not moving around. We now have a system that is totally unproductive. I was telling somebody in a car, I was driving to Kafanchan. I said, to tell you whether this country is producing anything or not, let's mark the number of trailers we pass on the road. Ask Tanko them. We didn't pass any trailer. I said, so, you don't have rail. The trailers are not passing carrying goods. That shows an unproductive country. Because in every other country, you see trucks carrying goods. But we didn't meet trucks carrying goods. We didn't see rail carrying goods. They built rail. When people say colonial masters, I disagree. The problem is Nigerian masters. Colonial master came here and built rail to Kafanchan for ginger. We destroyed it. He built rail for Kanu, rail to Medugri. Everywhere rail went before was source of agricultural product or manufactured product. We just shut it down because we're taking granola money. So where are those rails? They're not there. Trailers are not there. We're now hungry. And every day, people are begging for food. But we have land. Every day, land all over the place. So I thank all of you for being part of this. Let us continue to sacrifice. There's no shortcut to it. If we use shortcut, we will not get there. It is sacrifice. You've seen it every day. We must continue. At this stage, we are going to look for people all over. From those who will be in House of Assembly, those who will be in House of Representatives, those who will be in this. It is important. That is the thing we didn't do last time. We now want genuine people who want to be in the House. If you want to make money from politics, know that you are part of this problem. So don't tell us that you're going, listen, this time around, we will make sure that we are everywhere. We will vote, the vote will count, and those who think they will not count it, will count them. So, we will make it work. We will make sure. So, we have go back and work hard. We will make it work. Thank you and God bless you.